I think in light of the Millennial Values Survey results release, I think I'm probably a little more pessimistic about the outlook as far as the election coming up in 2012. I think the survey results said that, despite almost 60–70% of millennials being registered to vote, less than half of them actually know that they actually are going to vote for the 2012 election. And so obviously that's, low voter turnout, lower than we'd like. It sort of makes all this work on values, faith, politics, finding, our politically engaged space. Does any of that really matter if we're not going to then put it into the voting booth?
Well, see, I'm not sure. The way I see the results from the survey and looking at the entire political atmosphere we have right now, I think millennials are a little disillusioned with Obama. I think the millennials pretty much single-handedly brought him into the presidency, and he hasn't publicized what he's done to the millennial generation at least. And I think that that's going to be a real problem. And I think that's why we see a lot of this voter apathy from millennials. Only 46% of us are sure we're going to be going to the polls. And divided among Democrats and Republicans, the margin is very narrow, about 7% between them, with favoring the Democrats. So I'm not sure whether the millennials are just disillusioned or just not engaged in politics, and I'm not sure what the next generation of voting millennials who are going to be voting for the first time are going to be feeling about the Obama administration.
Right. Well, so should the Obama administration be re-engaging our group of millennials in order to sort of ensure that vote again for the 2012 election? Or is it more important to sort of re-engage the new incoming millennial voters that did not vote in 2008, but could be the way he gets back into the White House in 2012?
I think he needs to do both, and I think something you said earlier, there needs to be a consistent engagement of the youth every single time we have an election. But I think if he's really going to focus on one, I would focus on the millennials who voted for him in 2008, because we already have that relationship with the president, we already have knowledge of his policies, we've seen what he's done in office so far. But I think it's not just the fact that Obama's had a little bit of a rough presidency, what with the economic problems, Afghanistan, the Affordable Care Act, every single one of them has just been another conflict that he's had to overcome. I think what we see in the survey is also problems with economic inequality and opportunity. A lot of the millennials of our generation don't seem to believe in the American dream anymore. They think that economic inequality is right at the top. And this isn't even divided among Democrats and Republicans. It was 79% and 74%. They both thought that there wasn't equal opportunity and that economic opportunity wasn't fair in this country. So I think that's something that the administration needs to improve. And if that's not changed before the election, I'm not sure where we're going.
Right. I think one of the important things you just said is that Obama has been in office for 4 years, and we've seen his policies and seen his presidency. So is maybe the millennial generation looking for something new? Then how do we think that we can sort of reignite the millennial generation to care enough to vote in 2012? Barack Obama, I think, did a really good job in his 2008 election with incorporating Rock the Vote campaigns and things like that to really sort of uptick voter turnout for the millennial generation, particularly kids in our age level. And so this is going to be, I think, really important for the new 18 and 19-year-olds who didn't vote in 2008. I think we really need to figure out how we're going to re-engage those. Is it, are we going to do Rock the Vote 2.0 in 2012, or are we going to need better tactics than that?
I'm not sure how to reignite our age group, because I think so much of our apathy comes from us just not feeling connected, trying to find where our morality comes from, trying to figure out what the millennial generation is really all about.
Right.
We're very, very tolerant and we're very diverse, so we're a lot more aware of different groups of people, what different people are like, but are we really accepting? Do we really understand? Tolerance isn't everything. There has to be some engagement with each other, and by virtue of engagement with each other, engagement with politics as a whole.